Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone, and welcome to my channel. For all my subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that you're joining me. And if you're just stopping by, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. Please be sure to click that notification bell when you do so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Today's video will be predictions for mid-April through mid-May for air signs. That's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Here's how it works. I'll pull a few tarot cards and do a general reading on air signs. And then for each of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, I will pull astrology cards, Astro Dice, and I'll pull an oracle card. So everybody will get a reading. So if you are a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, sit back and relax and get your reading for mid-April through mid-May. All right, this is going to be the reading for the air signs. We're going to start with Tarot, and this is the Sacred Rose Tarot by, who's this by? This is by Johanna Sherman, or Johannes Sherman. It's a very pretty deck. I'm always drawn to it for the air signs. There's something about it that just really says air to me. So this is for the period of just after the new moon, so mid-April through mid-May. All right. Okay. Air signs. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, very interesting cards for the air signs. So the Ten of Cups is usually known as the wish card. But this deck really emphasizes spiritual development. And in this deck, it is showing us that our spiritual power is coming into our own. There is success, there is happiness, there is gain, but there is also a spiritual awareness that when one gains for oneself, one probably should share this with others. One probably should not become very, very greedy. That's not the point of getting your wish. So that's what I see first for the air signs. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and this is showing a mastery in the physical world, that someone has skills and they've been given resources to wield their skills upon, and they have made something. They have made a product, and they're very proud of it. So I think the air signs are going to be getting a bounty of something, or a boon of some kind of wish is answered, and that enables them to work on things and to produce things that they want to produce. Now in the middle of the 5 cards is the moon. So there is something being hidden, there is something deceptive or something false that is coming along in sometime between mid-April and mid-May. So there is some sort of possible deception, or maybe one just does not understand one's spiritual power. The moon and the figure in the middle holding up the moon is female. It's all female. So female energy is happening here, but there is also some deception happening here, and someone is yearning for something or is holding themselves back from something. That's another meaning in this card. See, the woman has her hand pressed against her left breast as if she is holding down her ecstasy and her feelings. So there is something that is false or deceptive or holding back in this for the air signs. And then we have the Seven of Wands, and this is almost the exact opposite of the previous card. The Seven of Wands, the man is holding a club, wielding it as a weapon, and he is surrounded by 6 other weapons or 6 other clubs. So this is a strength of power, valor, defending one's own, defending oneself, and using one's strength. It is very seriously Leo. It is very, very, very seriously the sun, the colors of the sun, the man, the virility, the hair that he has is all very leonine. So I'm going to say that for air signs, a Leo is going to play some sort of a role in your life in these 30 days between mid-April and mid-May. And also that this person may be your defender. This person may be the one who is helping you to reach your goals, maybe by just batting away, or almost like a on a football team where they push people out of the way so the person with the ball can run towards the goal. That's what I get from this card. The final card is Strength. And in this deck, strength has more to do with spirituality and understanding the difference between what happens in an earthly plane and what happens on a spiritual plane. So you begin and end with cards that are talking about your spirituality and your interpretation of what you are being given. So in this Strength card, it is showing that you are being given an opportunity to wield your strength in a spiritual way, to be strong in a spiritual way, and to accept your gifts on your own. That it's a female riding a docile lion is part of the description, but the trees in the background are not really a part of where they're at. They're coming out of this garden. They're coming out of the place where the trees are. So the trees are representing earth, and the lion bringing the woman out of the forest, if you will, is representing going to another plane. She has the she has this, I'm sorry, the name of it is escaping my brain at the moment, but she is going into a spiritual place. So that's the basic reading for the air signs. Now we are going to get some clarification for Gemini. So for Gemini, we're going to shuffle the astrology cards. We're going to pull a few astrology cards for Gemini. I'm sorry, all of a sudden I'm not talking very loud. Sorry about that. Okay, Gemini, what's happening for you? Well, the cards don't want to mix. These cards are really, really not smooth. I love them, but they're big and they're not smooth and they don't spread very easily. Okay, one. Very thick cards. Okay, oh, and this one came up with 2 cards. Okay, so let's look at these. So, South Node, Life's Debts. Wow, that's an interesting card. 4th House, Roots. I don't think you can see it very well, but there is a figure sitting cross-legged up in the top of this tree with a globe for a head. Roots, and then he's in the tree, and the tree are literally their roots. Then we got 2 cards that just came out together. One is Water Element, Sensing. And this is Aquarius, one of the other air signs. I know. I'm just going to take a peek here. So the South Node is in Sagittarius. That's in opposition to Gemini. Yeah, South Node, Life's Debts. Okay, so the South Node in April towards the full moon is in Gemini, and So you are very clearly feeling a karmic pull in your life right now. The fourth house, I don't know your whole chart, so I can't really tell what your particular fourth house is, but the fourth house in general represents your family, your home of origin, and also the place that you will be when you end your life, when you transition. The water element represents probably the water signs like Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and then we have Aquarius, and Aquarius is a trine, a sister sign to you, if you will. So let's roll the dice. Let's see what we come up with here. And we have the number 5. We have the planet Neptune and Pisces. And we got the water element. So Pisces and Neptune, I'm going to put together over the water element card. Neptune is in Pisces now and has been for quite a few years. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet, and having it in Pisces, and your Gemini is squaring your sun, if you are a Gemini sun, or if you're a Gemini rising, then it's squaring your rising. If you're a Gemini moon, it's squaring your moon. Regardless, there's going to be a uncomfortability with the Neptune energy to whatever it's squaring. And then we have Aquarius, I know, so that's a boon, that's a help. In order to work through one's karmic relationship in life, well, it would help to have your chart done, but one needs to know what is their path, what is their path in life, and are they living that path? Are they walking that path? Is their journey taking them where they need to go? As a Gemini, right now, like I said, the North Node is in Gemini. So the North Node is traversing through whatever house Gemini is in for you. And that house will be where your sun is if you're a sun Gemini, or it'll be your first house if you're a rising sign Gemini. And then I don't know what house it would be if your Gemini's your moon, but wherever the moon is, that's where the node's going. This brings up a tremendous pull towards the feeling of destiny or mission in your life. This is where you want to get things done. And what the South Node Life's Debts is pointing out is that before you can move on, you may have some debts that you have to deal with. Now, this could be very easy karmic debts, or this could be very difficult karmic debts. So Gemini, I'm thinking that you want to look to where you feel drained in life. That's usually where the South Node is in your chart, where you're feeling like the life is just getting sucked out of you. If you can identify that part of your life, then you can begin to formulate a plan, not to cure it, but to learn the lesson of it and thereby release it. It's not enough just to say, oh, I release this, or I just forgive this person. It's not enough to do that. You have to do the work, and the work is identifying, connecting with it, and then finally going through whatever emotional connection there is and releasing it. It isn't just an intellectual exercise. And for the air signs, I know this can be tricky. The air signs like to be intellectual. I know, I am one. I'm a Libra. And so if I can think my way out of something, or read a book about it, or take a seminar, or watch a YouTube video, I'm golden. That's good for me. But that doesn't necessarily get you to the other side. Now, the fourth house roots would indicate, and then the number 5. So we have represented here at the fourth house, and really the number 5, I would say, is probably the fifth house. So 4 and 5. 4 is, like I said, the house, the home, the property, the real estate, where you were born and where you will transition. And so in that respect, if your South Node is impacting where you live, or where you live currently, or where you were born, then that's a clue that if that is the piece of your life that's draining you, then somehow that needs to change. But not just changing residences. You need to understand the lesson. You need to understand why it's draining you, what kinds of things are being drained from you, ideas or energy, relationships, whatever it is, health, whatever is being drained from you. And then, like I said, formulate a plan to counteract that. Now, the water element with Neptune in Pisces, that's going to be also draining. Neptune is a dissolving planet. Neptune dissolves things. So if you have artistic things, creative things, imaginative things, fantasy things that you are trying to bring into manifestation, this Neptune in Pisces is saying, not so fast. And it may dissolve your plans. So be careful of that, Gemini. And then Aquarius, I know Aquarius is a sister sign to you. So I'm thinking that between this Leo man here and the Aquarius, possibly a woman, who knows, that you have, they're opposite signs. So there's going to be people around you, people in your life that are helping you, but also just supporting you emotionally. And that's what I see going on with that for you, Gemini. Now let's pick an oracle card. The dragon, discover your courage. So yeah, Gemini, you have some things to do. You need to find this dragon energy within yourself. You need to explore the totem of the dragon. I'm not going to tell you what to do with that. I'm just going to say, here is a signpost. Learn from it. Pay attention to it. Go for it. And I think that will, because you know what? The South Node is often called the dragon's tail. In Vedic astrology, you have the North Node and the South Node. They're called Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is the North Node, Ketu is the South Node. Rahu is the dragon's head, Ketu is the dragon's tail. So very interesting that you got the dragon as your oracle card. It relates very much to that South Node card for life debts. So Gemini, kind of a cryptic reading for you for this 30-day period, but I think that if you go off and look into dragon energy, first of all, you're going to get in touch with that Leo person, and you're probably going to stumble over that Aquarius person. And if you can really dig out from yourself what that dragon energy is, I think the whole thing will really, really make sense to you. So that's it, Gemini. I'm going to go on now to Libra. Okay, Libra, we're going to shuffle the Astro cards for you. Very interesting read for Gemini. They had some really interesting things going on. I think the astrological energy too for April going into May is quite interesting. And then mid-year we're going to have a nice lull, which I'm really looking forward to. We're going to have a nice lull. I'm hoping there's no bad weather events, and hope we can just be cool. All right, so now we're going to, maybe I would do better doing like this with these cards. These cards are really hard to like spread or whatever. Yeah, I think that's a little easier to do. Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 cards for Libra. So I'm going to pick this one, and this one. Okay, get these out of the way. And Cancer, I feel. Pisces, I believe, and Chiron, healing. Wow, really interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten the Chiron card. Okay, so given what we already know about the energies coming up for you this month, Libra, I think something that we want to be aware of is, I'm going to go first to Chiron, is the healing, Chiron. So Chiron in your chart is where you have had a wound or a trauma in your life, usually in childhood, and where you need to heal, and that way you can teach others to heal. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be teaching others to heal on a formal level, but just in your community, possibly, that you're helping other people with that issue. So in this month, something is going to come up that's going to remind you of a past wounding, a past trauma that you have to address, that you have to get to. Now, what is the card right before that? Pisces, I believe. So this could be a trauma in your past that you'd forgotten about or blocked out or just thought you dreamed it or made it up or something. But now in this time, mid-April, excuse me, to mid-May, now you're going to find that this is coming to the forefront loud and clear, and that it's absolutely real. And you do believe that it happened, and you do believe that you can heal from it. So the I believe portion of it is twofold, because it's the two fish, right, swimming in opposite directions. One piece of it is I do believe it happened. The next piece of it, Libra, is I do believe I can heal from it, because it's sitting right next to the Chiron card. So you definitely are going to be doing some healing, but after you not re-wound yourself, you're not going to redo the wounding, but you're going to realize the wounding, you're going to remember the wounding, and you're going to figure out that it is real and that you can heal from it. Very, very important. And the whole thing is going to inform this. Cancer, I feel you're going to feel that wound so much. And you have to, Libra, you have to allow yourself to feel. It isn't enough just to read about it or write in your journal or tell someone about it. You have to feel it. You have to actually allow those feelings to come to the surface to deal with it in order to heal. Now, let's do the dice as well. Whoops. Okay, dice for Libra, 8, Leo, and Taurus. Oh, wait, now that's the node. Sorry. This is the North Node. It looks a little bit like Leo. Okay. So we have Taurus, the North Node, and the number 8. So let's go back to this deception card. So we have the moon here in the deception. So the moon is also about healing. And the moon and Pisces are very much linked. Not that the moon rules Pisces. The moon actually rules Cancer, I feel, right? So you're very much connected to this deceptive thing that's happening in, between April and May. And very much you are going to feel your feelings. But I think also this is going to allow you to illuminate for yourself and maybe for people around you what it was that was deceptive. I think you're going to uncover the secret, Libra. And I think you're going to do it possibly unwittingly. Possibly when you are rediscovering whatever this wound is, something is going to come to light around you that is going to help you heal. It may embarrass people around you. That's what I'm getting, is that it may be something that people around you are like, oh my God, no, never talk about that. But you're going to talk about it. Now, Taurus here is a little confusing to me. Taurus to me means home, because Taurus is my 4th house, but that's not necessarily your thing. But this I find very interesting. Now, Gemini had something about the South Node. You're getting the North Node. So nodal action right now is affecting the air signs, because the North Node is in Gemini. And the North Node is where we go in life to fulfill our destiny of whatever contract we made before we came here and to walk around in a meat suit. Okay, so the South Node is where you get drained. The North Node is where you should strive to go, and it's where sometimes people are reluctant to go because the South Node is so cozy. The South Node is going to be talents and skills and situations that you have been comfortable with in past lifetimes, and in this lifetime you gravitate to that. You may not gravitate directly to that. You may not say, oh, I want to do this because I did it in a past lifetime. No. Like, for instance, my South Node is in Gemini in the 5th house. 5th house rules children, right? Gemini, ruled by Jupiter, is big. It expands things. Well, I had said when I was a very young child, oh, I really want to have 6 children, but I don't know if I want to give birth to 6 children. Maybe what I'll do is have just a couple children, and then I'll adopt a few children. And in my mind, in the 60s, when I was a very young child, you know, that kind of made sense. Well, in reality, what happened is I married, I had 2 children, I divorced. My second husband had 5 children, 4 of whom were living at home. So boom, right there. I made my dream come true of having 2 children and basically adopting 4 more. So like be careful what you wish for, but that was part of my South Node because my South Node was saying a lot of kids, right? But that isn't my destiny. My destiny is actually the opposite of that. It's my North Node in the 11th house for groups, goals, friends, hopes, wishes, things like that. Now, your North Node, wherever it may be, is probably right now getting a big boost from the North Node in Gemini because you're an air sign. So right now, the North Node is kind of nudging you because it's, if you're like a Libra sun or a Libra rising or even a Libra moon, that North Node in Gemini is trining that. It's giving you a nice, gentle, friendly, universal nudge to get going on your destiny, get moving on the things that really you're supposed to do while you're here in this lifetime. And that's what this North Node dice is about. Now, the number 8 usually has to do with money. So I would say that, the 3 of Pentacles here is saying that you definitely have the skills and the resources to make some money, and that you're moving in a slightly different direction with that, that you're picking this up because I think the 3 of Pentacles is indicating an apprenticeship or learning of some kind or additional skills. So you're moving in that new direction for using your skills. And the Taurus, I think, would be also going along with this card because Taurus is an earth sign, Pentacles are earth. And I think it's saying that working, producing things, creating a product, creating something natural, something connected with nature, something beautiful, something artistic, something entertaining, something that you are proud of. That's what's going on with your work product. So you're not necessarily sitting around, doing wood carvings, but what you might be doing is producing videos. I'm Libra. I'm producing videos. I'm doing a lot of videos. You might be producing courses. You might be producing content online for blogs or vlogs, or who knows, you might be in broadcasting, you might be in journalism, but you're going to be producing new things and learning new skills about putting your self out there, your products out there. And that's what the dice and the cards are having to say about that. So, a lot of work for you to do this month, Libra. Very, very exciting. All right, now we are going to do Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, we're going to shuffle some Astro Cards for you, and we're focusing on mid-April to mid-May. There's a beautiful full moon in Scorpio at the end of April on the 26th. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. It's going to square your sun if you're an Aquarius sun. It's going to square your moon if you're Aquarius moon. It's going to square your ascendant if you're Aquarius ascendant. This doesn't want to go together. Let's pull these out. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Aquarius. Very interesting readings for Gemini and Libra. Okay, Aquarius. Okay. Here we go for Aquarius. Libra, I balance. Cancer, I feel. Pluto, transformation. And let's do the Astro Dice. 8. North Node, same as Libra, and Cancer. Well, we'll put Cancer on Cancer. Okay, Aquarius, very definite message here. So if we look back on what the tarot cards were saying, we have the bookends of the spiritual message that you're getting your wish, you're getting what you want, and it's more of a spiritual nature, and you're going to be using that. And Aquarius, that is what you usually do. You are for humanity. You are the visionary. You are the person who is detached on the personal and completely attached on the global level. And then you've got the Strength card, where in traditional decks it might be that your behavior is odd given an unusual situation, but in this deck it's saying that your female energy is surging forward into a spiritual realm, and you are foregoing or leaving or forgetting the earthly realm, not in a death way, not in a transition way, but in your actions for your life, what's going on in your life for this month, that you were thinking much more spiritually and much less mundanely. Mundane, I'm referring to just an earthly mundane way of dealing with things. Now the card for Libra comes up for you, so I'm guessing that there is a sister air sign that you're going to be communicating with, but also you're going to be digging out the part of you that is Libra, the part of you that is involved in relationships and in things that are beautiful, and partnerships, in cooperation, in negotiation, and things that are fair, in legal matters. So I think fairness is going to be a big theme for you for the 30 days between mid-April and mid-May. So if you do have anything going on having to do with negotiations or legal matters, I think that you will possibly find that the outcome is incredibly fair. It may not be everything you hoped for, but you will have to admit that it is incredibly fair. You've also got a heavy dose of Cancer here. I will come to that in a minute. And then you've got Pluto transformation and the number 8. And I feel these also go together. So let's look at Pluto, the transformation, and the number 8. So Pluto actually right now is still in Capricorn. It is not in Aquarius yet. It won't be in Aquarius for about 4.5 years. But right now, Pluto is causing a lot of us to go through transformations. In Aquarius, I would not be surprised if you were going through some sort of transformation, especially if you have Aquarius rising. So if you have Aquarius rising, Pluto has been in your 12th house for almost 2 decades. It's been there for like 15, 16, maybe 17 years. And so your subconscious, your attitude towards your dreams, towards clairvoyance, towards hidden things, towards things like hospitals, prisons, ashrams, monasteries, also charities, all of those areas have been going through a transformation for you. So you may have been on a spiritual transformation for many years, and possibly you just recognized it, or only recognized it maybe in the last few years. But this is what's going on for you, Aquarius. And so this very much links to the first 2 cards in this reading, that spirituality is very important and your role in it is tremendously important. So people around you, I'm sure, have been noticing this. Now the number 8 comes up. The 8th house in the horoscope is the house for transformation for Pluto, for it's ruled by Scorpio naturally. So having the 8 comes up tells me 2 things. It tells me that you are literally transforming yourself in your life. It is also a money number. So very often when we transform, we are loving ourselves, therefore we are attracting abundance to ourselves. And so I would say that your monetary situation is also being lifted up sort of naturally, sort of not with you making a huge effort for that, but rather with you doing your transformation and the world responding by saying, let us kind of support you and help you while you're going through this transformation, because what you transform to is going to be good for humanity. So very cool, Aquarius. I love that. Now we're going to talk about Cancer. So wherever Cancer is in your chart is where you feel the most. So this could be where your moon is. This could be any house in the horoscope, but it's where you're going to be feeling. And the Cancer and feelings is super, super, super important for you in this 30-day period. You got both the card for Cancer and the Cancer came up on the dice. So I'm going to say that your home is super important to you right now. There may be transformation going on in your home. Are you moving? Are you renovating? Are you being kicked out? Are you losing your mortgage? Whatever. You could be having a lot of turmoil going on surrounding the actual home. And, you know, maybe the attitude is to realize that it is a transformation about the home, not a loss. If you think of it as a loss, then it's totally negative. But if you think of it as a transformation, then it's totally positive, or can be positive. Transformation can also be negative, but I choose to think of transformation as positive. And the last element that we want to discuss in this reading is the dice came up with the North Node. Now, all three of the air signs had a reference to the nodes in their readings. The North Node right now is in Gemini, which is a sister sign to you, Aquarius. And so this is nudging you to meet your destiny. This is nudging you to realize what your mission, what your potential, what your destiny really is for this lifetime, and to get on the stick and move towards it. So most Aquarians are pretty forward looking, or Aquarius rising or Aquarius moon. There's an element in your personality that's very, very forward thinking, very visionary, very futuristic thinking. And so I would venture the guess that for most of you, looking towards the future and change and new types of living is not scary. It's exciting. And plus you came up with transformation. So I think that the node coming up here is just an affirmation that you need to keep going on your path. You need to keep working towards your future. You need to keep working towards your highest self. Your involvement with humanity on that higher level is what will really fulfill you, Aquarius, and it's what the world needs. Remember that each one of us is a spark of the divine, and each one of us has a role to play in the future of humanity. And so you cannot simply say, oh, well, I'm just going to live my life and keep my head down and not bother anybody. Well, for one thing, I don't think any self-respecting Aquarius would ever say that. But if you are thinking that in any way, shape, or form, disabuse yourself of that notion that you are not just an everyday Joe. I don't know any Aquarians who are. Most people with Aquarius rising or Aquarius moon or sun in Aquarius are unusual people, to say the least, and extraordinary people, to say the best. They really are. They march to a different drummer. They see things in a different way. And they, for the most part, can embrace futuristic concepts, which helps them bring other people along with them into the future. So I think the North Node destiny of you right this month is to look towards the future, look towards what you can bring out of humanity for the future, and bring it out and do it, manifest it, let it happen. And realize that if something is happening with your home, if you are feeling like your home is being disturbed in any way, see if you can reorganize that script. See if you can change the way that script reads to be one of transformation, not destruction and loss, but transformation. Is that a glare or is that? No, that's the picture. So see if you can reword that in your brain so that it's transformation with a purpose rather than destruction and loss for no purpose. Okay, Aquarius, I think that's it. Thank you so much. All right, and now I will say thank you. Aquarius, I'm so sorry I forgot your oracle card. Let me do this really quick. I remember what all the cards were. I hope you remember them too. Here we go. Ooh, remember I said that you're naturally going to have money in abundance? Boy, Aquarius, that really backs that up, right? And isn't that a gorgeous card? Isn't that a gorgeous card? So yeah, all this transformation is definitely going to allow money to just flow, flow, flow. Because the act of transformation and moving yourself to a higher level is an act of love. And the more you value yourself, the more the universe says, oh, they value themselves. Let's give them some value. Awesome. Thanks, Aquarius. Sorry about that. All right, air signs. That was your reading for mid-April through mid-May. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this reading. I hope it rang true for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It's so important for the channel, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I really enjoy doing these readings. Now, if you'd like a personal reading with me, my contact information is showing on the screen. Just get in touch with me and we'll have a reading. Thanks so much, air signs, and I'll see you next time.